My name is Matt Rathel, and I'm the studio director for Graphite Lab.
My name is Chris, and I'm a student at Maryville University, and I also am a motion graphics designer for Switch.
I am Dr. Kristen Brazzini, and I am a professor of biology at Maryville University.
My name's Rebecca, and I'm a third-year occupational therapy student at Maryville University.
When I think of caffeine, I would probably have to say lots of energy.
I think of probably staying up late, trying to finish projects, or doing homework is typically what I would think.
I drink coffee in the morning, partially for the caffeine boost, but I don't really like the taste of coffee. I find that I get woken up more by the bad taste than the caffeine itself, I think.
I drink coffee in the morning and sometimes at night. I think the average person probably consumes about one a day.
I typically don't drink any caffeinated beverages. Usually the only time I drink soda or anything like that is when I'm at family get-togethers, and that's just because we usually don't have it at home.
I think pretty much I begin drinking coffee at about 6:30 in the morning, and I don't stop until about 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
If I'm really at the end of a long day, I can't keep pushing through with caffeine. It'll just make me feel worse. So orange juice is by far the best at that point to keep me awake long term.
Usually I will choose caffeinated beverages over non-caffeinated beverages because I like just to be energetic for the most part. I mean, I drink water and Gatorade and all sorts of other stuff, but usually I'm pretty busy with projects, so Gatorade and water doesn't really give me that pep.
I like the caffeine because it keeps me awake. I have a long day. I work all day long. I teach lots of classes, and then I have 2 children at home, and my husband's deployed, so I don't see him very much, so I'm up late at night. So I might be up until 1 or 2 in the morning, and then I have to be up at 5:30 every morning to get my kids off.
Right after I drink it, then I usually feel a little more energized. I don't know if that's from the caffeine or just because I think that's what it should be doing.
I don't like drinking soda, but I will drink it like at lunch and during the day. I love Mountain Dew. I don't know why, but I just love the taste of Mountain Dew, and it sounds very immature, but hell, I make games and I drink Mountain Dew, and maybe I'll grow up eventually.
My favorite energy drink that I like the most is probably NOS, which is actually this stuff. Generally, I like the way it tastes. It comes in, they have like grape and cherry, and I don't know what flavor this is, but it's delicious.
I choose not to drink caffeine because it's not in our house usually, so I just don't go out and get it myself. I usually just drink other stuff.
I don't voluntarily let my children drink caffeinated drinks, but they do occasionally. I don't recommend children have caffeinated beverages, but it is sneaking into our society anyway through marketing.
I think marketing actually plays an important part in people purchasing energy drinks, just because, like for instance, 5 Hour Energy, there's a guy like running up a mountainside, and I mean, he's full sprinting up this mountain, and I know if I look at that, it's like, that seems like fun. Like, I want to be able to sprint up a mountain. You can accomplish something that might be a little bit of a hard task, but if you have this, it'll help you get through whatever hard task that you need to get through. And I think that in itself is a strong selling point.
Marketing probably plays a bigger role, just because on commercials or anytime they're trying to show us what these drinks and caffeine can do, we think that that'll help us stay more awake and be more alert.
I think it's supply. Coca-Cola is everywhere. It's one of the world's most visible brands. They have Coca-Cola in places where there's not functioning running water. So part of it is just exposure. It's there, it's available.
Because Americans like coffee so much and caffeinated beverages so much, people are going to capitalize on that situation. So there's a lot of marketing that has an effect on what people choose.
I haven't done a lot of deep research, but as far as I know, caffeine and carbonated beverages have lots of negative impacts. Everything from oral effects of how it impacts teeth and other kind of oral considerations, as well as how it impacts muscle building and other just kind of physiological factors of the body.
I think there is a health risk if you consume too much of those like little tiny shots, because I know if I've had I think one time I had 2 in one day, but it was really close in proximity to time, and like my heart rate was kind of going a little bit faster.
You can develop a dependency to caffeine and also a tolerance to caffeine. So the more you drink caffeine, the more you have to drink caffeine to get the same effects.
It's not something that you should be drinking constantly, I don't think, because eventually it's either going to catch up with you or it's not going to be great for your body.
Caffeine causes you to become dehydrated very easily, so that's not good for your organs and your skin. You have problems sleeping. Typically, if you drink too many caffeinated beverages after a certain period in the day, it inhibits your sleep patterns, so you can't sleep as much.
I used to have problems sleeping if I, let's say, like drink an energy drink kind of close to bedtime, but I think my tolerance level over the years has just kind of gotten high enough to where, you know, I can drink coffee at 10 o'clock at night and, you know, go to bed at 11.
I think it is addictive because of the fact that you can develop tolerances and you can have withdrawal effects from caffeine. I have tried to cut back on my caffeine consumption because I'm a biologist and I know how bad it is for me. Usually I go back to it. I'm a creature of habit, but when I do cut back on my caffeine, I do get headaches. I do get cranky. I do have problems sleeping. So it's a painful process.
When I was working on my senior project in school, we were working so long and I was so tired that I was actually carrying around a 2-liter of Mountain Dew like it was just a regular, you know, water bottle. And I think I gave myself such a bad headache that I had to stop in the middle of my filming production and sleep for 2 hours just to get rid of the headache.
Caffeine has absolutely no nutritional benefit to our bodies. In fact, it actually inhibits nutrition because it fills your stomach. When you take a caffeinated beverage, it fills your stomach, and so you don't feel hungry. When you think about caffeine, caffeine is a drug. It is the most popular drug that we take in our bodies.
I think caffeine and caffeinated drinks has become important in our society because it's just the lifestyle that we're accustomed to now. Most people I know, they're just completely busy with whether it be work or school, family, kids, and it's like we try to cram so much in a day and it's expected of us.
Their society is always going, and we're always trying to do the next big thing or trying to have the best of everything, so we don't want to sleep because there's always something else we feel like we have to do.
I think a lot of it has to do with our culture. As Americans, we work very hard. We keep long hours. We try to cram as much into our day as possible, and with that, we don't get enough sleep.
I feel if you cut down on what you expect of people to do in a day, I think that the energy drink consumption and caffeinated beverages consumption would actually decrease. I don't know if I can actually say that I would ever quit drinking energy drinks. I believe that, well, I'm 28 years old, so I think I'm young enough to where I think my body and my heart can, I think, handle, you know, even like some of the higher content energy drinks. But I feel probably one day as time catches up that I will most definitely have to decrease my intake. And hopefully that's at a time when things are a little bit more stable and not so hectic in life, but I think just the society we live in, that's not gonna be possible, so everything usually transitions its way in and out. So we'll have to see how that goes.